We've all been told the same thing for years. If you want a great cigar experience, you need a big steak, a heavy drink, and a fancy setting. White tablecloth, leather chairs, the whole ritual. But what if I told you one of the best cigar pairings I've had this year came in a cardboard box? And no, it wasn't ordered from a steakhouse. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're probably never going to look at a slice of pizza the same way again. Before we get to the pairings, let's talk about why this actually works. Great pairings are all about balance. You're either complementing flavors or creating contrast. It's the same way a chef thinks about food. Salt, fat, and acid working together so nothing overwhelms the palate. Pizza just happens to be the perfect canvas for that. The acidity from the tomato sauce cleans your palate between puffs. The fat and salt from the cheese grab onto the sharper edges of a cigar and smooth them out, letting the deeper, more interesting flavors come forward. When it's done right, it feels intentional, not indulgent. But here's the part most people get wrong. Not every pizza works. In fact, one popular topping can absolutely wreck the wrong cigar. When you miss, you really miss. But when you get it right, it's shockingly good. Let's start with the foundation of all pizza. A classic margherita. Simple, clean flavors. Tangy tomato sauce, fresh basil, and creamy mozzarella. This is where a lot of people overdo it. They reach for something too strong and steamroll everything on the plate. What you want here is a cigar that complements instead of dominates. Something mellow to medium-bodied, with richness but restraint. A great example is the Romeo y Julieta Anejados. It brings notes of coffee, wood, and gentle spice without overpowering the food. The secret weapon in this pairing is the mozzarella. That creaminess mirrors the woody and coffee notes in the cigar, making those flavors pop instead of clash. The first few puffs often feel slightly sweet and creamy, which pairs beautifully with the straightforward, honest flavors of the pizza. It's classic, familiar, and quietly sophisticated. Now, this next slice plays by completely different rules. Pepperoni is bold. It's salty, greasy, and unapologetically meaty. This is where mild cigars go to die. You need something with backbone, something that can stand up to all that fat and salt and still be interesting. This is where I reach for the Joya de Nicaragua Antano Connecticut. And yes, despite the Connecticut wrapper, this is not a mild cigar. It's a solid medium to full-bodied smoke with real presence. You get cedar, toasted nuts, and a peppery spice that doesn't back down. That spice is exactly why this pairing works. It cuts straight through the richness of the cheese and meat, resetting your palate with every puff. Each bite makes the cigar taste sharper. Each draw makes the pizza feel cleaner. It's a dynamic pairing, bold but balanced, and incredibly satisfying if you like big flavors. And if you think that one's bold, the next pairing is where people really start arguing. Barbecue chicken pizza is controversial, but when it's done right, it's outstanding. You've got sweetness from the sauce, savory grilled chicken, and usually a little bite from red onion. This kind of slice needs a cigar that can harmonize with sweetness without getting lost in it. You're looking for a cigar with its own subtle sweetness. Notes like caramel, cedar, nuts, maybe even a touch of cinnamon. A cigar in that profile range works beautifully here. One example is the Cohiba Red Dot, known for its caramel, cinnamon, and nutty notes. Another excellent option in the same vein would be something like the Oliva Serie V Milanio or the My Father Le Bijou 1922. The goal here is harmony. The sweet notes in the cigar echo the barbecue sauce, while the earthier, nutty undertones ground the savory chicken. It's one of those pairings that sounds strange on paper, but once you try it, it just makes sense. Quick pause. If this video has already changed how you think about cigar pairings, hit the like button. Because the real takeaway here isn't pizza. It's learning how everyday food can unlock better cigar experiences. And that brings us to the real secret. The ultimate hack. A good cigar might cost $10 or $15. A great slice of pizza costs a few bucks. For less than the price of a single cocktail at a stuffy bar, you've just created a layered, memorable tasting experience. This isn't about replacing steak dinners or fine dining. It's about realizing that luxury isn't about spending more money. It's about paying attention. A great cigar doesn't demand a white tablecloth. It just wants the right partner. So there you have it. 3 pizza and cigar pairings that turn an ordinary meal into something you'll actually remember. Classic margherita with a smooth, balanced cigar. Pepperoni with a bold, spicy powerhouse. and barbecue chicken with a cigar that knows how to dance with sweetness. Now I want to hear from you. What's your go-to pizza and cigar pairing? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'm always looking for new combinations to try. And fair warning, I've got a pineapple pizza experiment coming up next month. Yes, I'm pairing it with a cigar. If you enjoyed this and want more unexpected cigar hacks, make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, stay smoky.